Hey guys, how's it going? So, today I am going to check out a game called Elder Legacy Survival. I am going to do a first impression let's play review where I am going to play the game for an hour or more until I am satisfied that I can give you my opinion on the game. If you don't want to watch the full 1 hour or more, you are more than welcome to skip to the last 10 minutes or so of the video. I will put a timestamp in the description below, and you can just skip to that timestamp if you only want to hear my final thoughts on the game and whether or not I can recommend the game. But otherwise, if you don't have the attention span of a goldfish, then you can just stay tuned and I will be playing through the game and I will be giving you my running commentary and telling you what I think is good and bad about the game as I play through the game today. And as always, my videos do contain swearing, so if you don't like swearing, probably don't watch the video, probably unsubscribe as well. And the game costs $18 on Steam. The game is still in early access, and the developers sent me a code for the game to check out the game today. So, first thing first, as always, I like to tell you guys a little bit of a backstory. If there is a backstory to be told, then I like to tell you a backstory about the specific developer and anything that would perhaps change your purchase choice on a game. Like, for instance, with Electronic Arts or Nintendo, any of those games, obviously, we all know they are basically Satan and they should never be supported. So, I'm not saying that this developer is necessarily that bad, but by the way, the music falls away when you alt-tab, and there's nothing you can do about that, unfortunately. So I'm not saying that this developer is that bad, but this is the game, and one weird thing is that they also have another game over here, which is Russian. Well, the title is Russian, all of the other stuff is in English, and this game has not been updated in over 4 months. So literally since the game was released, it hasn't been updated. That is something that I always look at. Does a developer just spunk out unfinished garbage, and if the game doesn't sell well enough or whatever, do the developers just abandon the game? You know, unfortunately, a lot of developers do that. A lot of really shitty developers do that. I'm not saying that all developers do that, but really shitty developers do that. It's basically like Square Enix. Square Enix releases a game with a live service and always online and all of that bullshit, and then if the game doesn't sell in millions and millions and millions of amounts, then they cancel the game and remove the game from sale. So that's what Square Enix does. This developer, as I say, they're charging $20 or whatever for this game, and the game hasn't received an update in 4 months. So this game is more new. It's a newer game. But even that, it hasn't, even with that being said, it hasn't received an update in 24 days. So already since the date of the release, the game hasn't received an update. So this is something that I find concerning when I decide whether or not to purchase a game. If a developer does this kind of shit, I would rather not purchase the game, rather just wait and see if the game gets an update, because I don't support developers. I try to not support developers. I go out of my way do not support developers who do this kind of shit. It's not good because you get so many developers that just spunk out games like this, and if the game doesn't sell well, then they will never release an update for the game. If the game does sell well, then they might release a couple of updates for the game just to basically see, okay, all of our other games haven't sold well, but this one has sold well. Let's focus on this one. That kind of shit. If you look at the developer, they say over here at the bottom, 4 people. So apparently there's only 4 people in this studio. Not 4 developers, 4 people. So you need to think for yourself. There's one level designer, perhaps, one back-end designer, one art dude, and then I don't know what the 4th guy will do. Maybe he will carry coffee to and from the office. I don't know. But 4 people doesn't mean 4 developers. That usually means maybe 2 developers, the other guys do like art and sound, perhaps, you know. So it's a very, very small team. And on this one, they actually say 2 people. So like this one is the Russian version, and it released 4 months ago. They say 4 people over here, and then over here they say 2 people. So this game is the newer game. This is the latest game that they've released, and for some reason now their studio is down to only having 2 people. So I think they haven't updated this description, because this description, if you read it, is literally the same as this one. Like if I do this for you, look at that. It is literally the same description for both of these games. That is also another red flag. They're literally just copy pasting the descriptions between the 2 different games. And to make things more concerning is that this studio, which only has 2 people apparently, this studio hasn't updated this game. They haven't updated this game in 24 days. They are planning to release a new game up and coming in 2025. So they're working on this game. They're still saying on this one, they only are 2 people. You can see it's a completely different game from the other 2. Then they have another game as well, also same studio with the two developers. They don't really say anything down here about early access. So another game, and then another game as well. So they currently have 3 games that are up and coming, and they haven't updated either of their 2 games that they released recently, and it's a studio with only 2 people. So needless to say, those are a couple of really big red flags. I would not purchase a game from this developer that is in early access. I would never do that. I would rather wait until the game is fully released, then have a look at the reviews, and then make your purchase decision based on that. Because really, there are several warning flags that this developer is doing that would mean that they are simply spunking out as many unfinished games as possible. And these 2 games are literally the same. Literally the same game. literally the same. You can watch the thing over here regarding the gameplay and all of that. They also use the same monsters in both of the games. They use the same characters in both of the games. So if you look at over here, same shield on the back of the character, same character design, same building designs, same UI layout at the side. So literally this game costs, I think, $15 or something. This one costs $18. So they are double dipping with these games. They're double dipping. Like, if they removed this game, if they delisted this game and made this game no longer purchasable, and then only went on with this game, I wouldn't have any issue with that. But the problem is, they're charging $15 for this game, $18 for this game, and it is literally the same fucking game. So, yeah, needless to say, this is currently a developer that I would not support. I would not recommend that you purchase a game from this developer currently. Now, like I say, if the things change, if the developers actually release an update for their games and all of that kind of stuff, then yeah, just take that into consideration. But currently, right now, I cannot recommend that you purchase any games from this developer. Now, with that being said, we're still going to go through with a review, and we're still going to see if the game is fun. And obviously, at the end, I will tell you whether or not, in my opinion, the game is worth $18. But it's really inconsequential. As I already said, I would not recommend that you purchase a game from this developer currently. So when we look at the settings, it's relatively acceptable. Nothing really fancy. You can choose your resolution, frame rate, scaling. I don't know what that is. It doesn't say what it is. There's no tooltips on any of the options at all. Like, you can set scaling to medium and see what that actually does. Okay, well, that didn't do anything. Doesn't seem to have done anything unless I'm literally blind. Scaling high. Now I'm not seeing anything happening. Are you guys seeing anything changing? Because honestly, I'm not seeing anything changing. So I don't know, that might work, it might not work. I really am not seeing anything changing. Smoothing, I also don't know what that does. Like, I really cannot see anything really changing. When we go between low and high, I don't really see. Maybe the grass, maybe it changes the grass a little bit. I can't really see if low or high is better. I don't know, it's difficult. Anyway, the game looks fine, you know, it looks okay. I don't really have any issues with the graphic options. It's pretty basic. I would have liked it if there was something like DLSS, obviously, or AMD FSR. Depth of field, there's no option for depth of field or motion blur, even though I hate depth of field and motion blur. There are people who don't hate it, so for those people, you always need to consider those people as well. So yeah, the game doesn't have motion blur or depth of field options at all. There's a couple of options here. You can disable camera shake, which is always nice. I actually don't like camera shake. Like, I don't have motion sickness at all or anything like that. I don't get headaches from playing games, but I do know a lot of people that do, and camera shake is something that those people very much appreciate if you can turn it off. And then music effects and voices, we will all leave all of that base normal. And then you can also change the key bindings over here. There's no dual key bindings. I like dual key bindings. Unfortunately, there's no dual key bindings. And then, as I already said, when you alt tab out of the game, there is no audio. So there should be a toggle over here to change that, because currently when you alt tab, all of the music and the audio of the game falls away, which obviously is not ideal. So yeah, generally no real issues with the settings or anything like that. And the game looks, at least in the menu, the game looks fine. So let's see when we actually get into the game. The game does have multiplayer as well, but I'm not gonna be reviewing or looking at any multiplayer for the game. Number of players doesn't really matter, I don't care. The difficulty of the game depends on the chosen number of players. Okay, well then we're gonna make that 1. Should be scalable difficulty, meaning if someone is around you or close to you, then the difficulty should increase. So the difficulty shouldn't increase just from the start, you know, like, because if you then choose a server that has like whatever 7 or 8 or 9 player count, but you are actually playing the game alone, that will be fucking insane. You know, you would not be able to play the game then, because it has 8 times the normal difficulty. How do you loot stuff? Okay, so you can block and you can punch with left click and right click. How do you loot stuff? Okay, I had to figure that out for myself. What's this? They can't do anything there. Press tab to open the inventory. Okay. With that, you can view the effects applied to the character on the left side of the screen. Hover the cursor to see the description of the effect. Where? There? Had a very good sleep, accelerated energy recovery. It doesn't say how much, so that's fucking stupid. Why would you say that you have more energy recovery, but you don't say how much more energy recovery? That's fucking idiotic. I hate it when a game tells you that something is increased, but doesn't tell you by how much something is increased. That is so lazy. Can we get the apples? Can we punch a tree? Okay, I took damage. So apparently punching a tree means you take damage. You can loot mushrooms. Warehouse of bogatiers. Or flowers. Copper rock. But the game doesn't seem to have depth of field, so that's good. Some games do have depth of field, but they don't allow you to turn it off. Fortunately, this game is not like that. But still, like I said, there are people who like that effect, who like depth of field and motion blur. And yeah, unfortunately for them, the game doesn't have it. Are those guys enemies, or are they good, or what? They look like enemies, probably. I would put a 95% probability on the fact that they're probably enemies. So I'm just walking around looting shit. It would be really nice to have a tutorial of some kind, because the game currently doesn't have a tutorial. There's nothing telling me what to do, where to go, how to craft, nothing like that. Absolutely nothing. So I guess you need to just figure the shit out for yourself. So let's see, tab, let's see over here, crafting items. So stone axe, I guess, is what we are gonna need very quickly. We have 1 wood, so we need more wood. So if you punch a tree, you actually take damage. So we don't really want to do that. Not really. Maybe if you punch a small tree, you see you don't get anything. So you will have to punch the tree a considerable amount of times, probably. Stamina is drained while outside of combat. I'm not a fan of that in the slightest. The game obtuse. I don't have an issue with stamina draining during combat, but outside of combat, stamina should not be drained. So we need 2 more pieces of wood, 1 more piece of wood. There we go, we have enough to craft this. Oh, sharpened stone. So where the hell? Okay, over here. Okay, create. Takes time to create stuff. I'm not a fan of that. And then fabric. We need flax. We have enough of that. And then stone axe. There we go. Items with this icon must be studied at the research table. This will allow you to receive new equipment research. Okay, where's the icon? Can we put it over there? We're not being told to equip items. We don't have a tutorial already, as I said. So you just have to figure all of this shit out on your own. If you're a player who has never played this type of game, then you're pretty much screwed, I guess, because the game has no tutorial. Okay, so you go over here to see what the item actually is. So this one is 8 melee damage. This one is 5 melee damage. This one is 12 melee damage. Attack speed is 0. This one is attack speed. Well, it doesn't even have an attack speed, apparently. So why the fuck do they put a attack speed on this one? On this one, like this one, it says attack speed 0, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but anyway. And then on this one, they don't even say an attack speed. So, like, what the fuck? On this one, they also don't say an attack speed. So they don't even tell you the attack speed of the weapons. How idiotic is that? So I don't know which one of these will be better. How did I just get straw? I just got straw from somewhere. I don't know. So this one is attack range is 150. This one's attack range is 200. So I guess we're gonna take this one. We can also take a bow and then make a bunch of arrows. If we really want. For that we need a rope. Rope, we need fabric. 3 fabric. That means we need 9 flax. So to craft that bow, we're gonna need 18 flax. That's quite expensive. Let's just make a staff. Start with. I want a tree. Where can I chop a tree down? I also don't like it when it consumes stamina to harvest an item. In my opinion, that just makes the game more obtuse, and it makes the game slower because you literally have to wait for your stamina to regenerate. Like, that is not fun. It's not a fun mechanic. It doesn't add fun to the game. Standing around and fingering your butt while waiting for your stamina to regenerate is not my idea of fun. So I don't like games that have stamina that is consumed when harvesting resources. It's just stupid in my opinion. Makes the game a lot slower. Okay, staff, so we can create one of those. Don't like the fact that I have to stand around fingering my butt for 5 seconds while the thing is crafting. I also see the game has a durability system. I am not a fan of durability systems. Workspace, 12 wood, 3 fabric. Actually 20 wood and 3 fabric, so we can do that. And then I just need a little bit more flax, so we will get flax from the blue plants. We have a weapon now, so let's see. A staff without upgraded wisdom is just a heavy stick. If you plan to follow the path of the elements, upgrade wisdom and the staff skills will change from combat to magical. Okay, so how do you upgrade it? Let's see how do you actually upgrade it? I don't see skills anywhere. This is just oh, over there, skills. Oh, okay. See, the game didn't even tell us anything about this. How do you use this? Requires 1 wisdom or higher. So what's my wisdom currently? Wisdom 0. Okay, so we don't have any wisdom currently. We are extremely stupid currently. Let's see, can we fight this guy? I like the fact that there's multiple combat animations and stuff like that. It's not just the regular stabby that a lot of low quality games do. What's that Q down there? Q. Oh, okay. I don't know what the fuck that is. Do we have experience? I don't see experience anywhere. Oh, there. 87 experience. Okay. So the game has experience as well. There's just so many things that the game doesn't tell you. I mean, the game doesn't tell you anything, but yeah, you just have to figure out everything regarding skills, experience, building, crafting, combat, movement, inventory management. You need to figure out all of that shit on your own. That's really not good. Holding shift deals enhanced strikes. It is also recommended to combine attack directions which increase damage. That's stupid. I don't like that mechanic. I just want to left click. I don't want to do a bunch of weird shit. I don't like it when combat is overly complicated, like in Valheim. Was it? It's not Valheim. It's Valheim or something. It's like you can do a downward attack, a left attack, a right attack. I know also Kingdom Come Deliverance also has it, and then Valheim has it. I don't like that. It's just obtuse in my opinion. I believe you can disable it in Kingdom Come Deliverance. I believe so, but yeah, I just don't like that kind of a obtuse combat system. Oh shit. Okay, so am I poisoned now? Attack speed and resilience reduced. Once again, it doesn't tell you how much your attack speed and resilience is reduced by. It just says, you're fucked, boy. You have less attack speed and resilience. Holy shit, the game is really stuttery for some reason. Stutters quite badly sometimes. That water, or what the hell is that over there? Water is broken. Technical work is underway. Yeah, well, I can see that it's broken. It looks like bloody Skyrim. When Skyrim released, you could also see underneath the water like that. But it's nice of the developers to actually tell you, listen, it's broken, but we're working on it. Even though, as I already said, this game hasn't received an update in a month. So yeah, now there's just water in the middle of nowhere for some reason. Can we drink water or not? How do you drink water? Like, how do you drink water? That's because I see at the bottom left, there's hunger and there's water, but how do you... You're supposed to just be able to drink it. I don't see a water thing over here. What do you call it? A leather pouch type thing. I don't see anything like that. So yeah, like how do you drink water? Why can't you just drink water? That's really stupid. Once again, the fact that the game doesn't have a tutorial is just really shitty. I also don't know how to heal. Ingredient for cooking. Can be eaten raw, gets rid of cold. Well, I don't have a cold. Damage to self, 25 health. We don't want to do that. Bonfire. We can make a bonfire and then maybe we can make food. Can we get apples? Let's see if we chop down the tree. Ah, there's an apple. Remember that nourishment not only satisfies your hunger and thirst, but also increases your character's attributes. Additionally, you can fully satisfy your hunger. You receive an extra boost. Food is of 3 types: main, drink, and dessert. It is recommended to consume all 3 types of food before a battle. Okay, so unfortunately the game has adopted the Valheim food system. I do not like the Valheim food system. So that's not good. I don't have an issue with the games copying other games, but they must copy good mechanics, not shitty mechanics. So let's see, apple. Oh, I just clicked on it and it immediately ate the apple, apparently. This. 30 health and 30 energy. So that gives us a buff, but what does it actually restore? It didn't restore any nutrition at all. What's that? Delicious meal. Did I get that from the apple or what? Or what? So my food increased. I don't know how it increased because it doesn't state that this increases your food or your water, but my food did increase. You can't even see your food over here. Literally, your food isn't displayed over here. So there at the bottom right, or at the bottom left, I'm 96 out of 100 currently. Then 56 out of 100 on the water. So that apple did restore some food, but it didn't restore any water. I still need to figure out how to do water. All of these are obviously broken water, just scattered all over the place. We need a lot of flax. That's a big no, thank you. No, thank you, no, thank you. No, thank you. Okay, and I'm dead. Apparently, you can't sprint very fast in combat. On death, you lose a third of earned experience. Okay, I'm not a fan of that in the slightest because you can't turn that off. So that's bad. That's bad game design because you can't turn that off. You also lose your entire inventory. You also can't turn that off. You also respawn with half health, half food and half water as well, and you also can't turn that off. So there are 3 hardcore mechanics in the game that cannot be turned off. That is an issue. Do we have a map? Yes, we do have a map. So at least the map does show you your death place, the place where you died. That's at least good. The game doesn't tell you that you have a map. You just have to figure it out for yourself, I guess. And then you have to re-equip all of your equipment. I'm not a fan of that. What's going on here? What the hell am I supposed to do here? Why is it so fucking difficult just to collect the honey? Like literally I'm pressing forward and I can't go forward, and then I jump and I just slide down. It's really shitty. You also can't control yourself while you are in the air, so that makes things a little bit more difficult. Normally, most games allow you to control yourself while you are in the air. This game doesn't allow you to control yourself at all. Okay, I still can't select it, even though I'm looking right at it. Seriously. Okay, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do overall. I don't know how strong these guys are. Holy shit. Okay, so these things damage you quite a lot. What the hell happened there? Like, my dude just stood there and didn't move at all. What the hell was that? I don't know if they stunned me or what, but my dude just stood there and didn't do anything. Okay, so those guys are clearly very, very powerful. Yes, we need to make a bonfire. 10 seconds. Bucket. Okay, so we might have to get a bucket, I guess. So we can't do any of that right now because we don't have water. So how do you get a bucket? Workspace. Let's get a workspace. Stone shovel. What does that actually do? Dig up sand, clay, or something more interesting. Research table. Resin. Where do we get resin? No idea where we're gonna get resin. Wood, a rope. and sharpened stone. So we need a sharpened stone and rope. So let's chop down some trees. Once again, it's really obtuse that you are limited due to the stamina being consumed while harvesting. It just makes the game slower. It means you're gonna progress slower. You're gonna obtain resources slower. It just makes the entire game slower and more obtuse. I also would have liked it if you could just press and hold the action button in order to pick items up, instead of having to constantly spam the action button. That is a quality of life feature which the developers could add to the game. More stuttering. So we wanted at least one rope and then a stone, but we need more stone. We need a lot more stone, actually. What's this? Ammo, rifle. Prelutsaya Palka. I'm pretty sure that is a Russian thing that hasn't been translated yet. To do.
Once a year the stick shoots.
What the fuck? Do you reload? I do not understand what the fuck is happening. It's a stick and it is a rifle and you can shoot with it, but you can't reload it. What the fuck? I'm not sure if this is a bad joke or if it's a bug. Like seriously, I don't know. I am confused. I am very confused. Wow, I'm still very far from getting a level. The leveling is really, really slow. And I still don't have a way to get water. This one takes 20 seconds, which is completely unnecessary. Scroll. We actually do have some straw, but we definitely need more. Bucket. Ah, there we go. Rope and resin. Once again, I have no idea where to get resin from. How do you use it? It doesn't want to go to my action bar. I'm not sure if you need multiple buckets or not. I can actually zoom out. Wow. Another thing that the game hasn't told us. That energy does not recover. Holy shit. Like, I don't have water. I can't get water. I don't know how to get water. So now you're punishing the player by not even allowing their energy to recover and reducing the total amount of energy that they have to like an unrecoverable amount. I'm not even sure what energy is, to be honest. It's just stamina, because my stamina is still regenerating. So I really don't know what energy is actually. Not going to be able to win a fight currently, so fuck right off. Yeah, thank you very much. We lose 30% experience once again. Oh, that's lovely. I love that. Dog shit. And then I have to go get all of our items again. Yeah, that's it. I've played enough of the game to make my decision. As I already said, the game doesn't have a tutorial, so it's really difficult to pick up, especially if you're a player who has never played these types of games. I have played a lot of these types of games, so I know what to do and all of that kind of stuff, because this game obviously is a copy of a various amount of games like Valheim, for instance. ASKA as well. ASKA is actually a game that I would recommend. I did do a review of ASKA already, if you haven't watched it already, but I would recommend ASKA. I would not recommend Valheim, actually. Valheim has too many obtuse mechanics, in my opinion. This game, unfortunately, has stolen a bunch of really shitty mechanics from Valheim. I don't have a problem with the game copying another game. This game is clearly a copy of Valheim. But the issue is that, unfortunately, they copied a lot of shitty mechanics from Valheim. And I really don't like the fact that you have to re-equip your entire toolbar every time. That's really shitty. So this game has copied a bunch of stuff from Valheim, but unfortunately, they've copied a lot of bad stuff from Valheim. The water is absolutely fantastically simulated, as you can see, 10 out of 10 IGN. I don't know how to collect water. I'm clicking on it. I'm trying to put it on my bar. That's not working either. Drop item control, right click. We can try that. I drop it on the ground, and that doesn't help at all either. So I don't know how to get water. I cannot get water. I'm clicking. I'm pressing E right now. Nothing is working. So I'm literally gonna die over and over and over again because I don't know how to get water. You die when your water runs out. So yeah, I'm at a stage in the game where I'm just gonna die over and over and over. You lose 30% of your experience when you die. You drop all of your loot on the ground when you die. The game has durability as well. All of those things should be removable. They should be toggleable. So I don't have an issue with those things being in the game, but they need to be toggleable. They need to be removable. Not everyone, including myself, enjoys dying over and over and over, running back to their corpse completely naked, losing experience, losing progress. I don't like that. And that is a large reason why I would not play this game. Because I don't like obtuse games. I don't like wasting my time. If a game goes out of their way to waste your time, then I'm not going to waste my time. I don't have the time to play a game for 2 hours or 3 hours and then lose an hour or two of progress every now and then. I don't have that luxury. So I prefer games to have lasting progression, lasting progress. I don't like being overly punished, and unfortunately this game does all of that. So that's a big issue. The game also doesn't have a tutorial. That's another issue. I don't know how to harvest water. I've done everything that I can. That's an issue. The game might be broken, or you might not just know how to get water, but like I said, you're never gonna know how to get water because the game doesn't have a tutorial. So the game is quite unplayable currently, literally unplayable due to the fact that you cannot get water. So honestly, I'm not going to invest any more time with this game. It is a big no from me. It's not even a little no. It's a big fucking no from me, and it's just a game that I really cannot recommend. Perhaps in the future, sometime after they've made the game playable, added a tutorial, added the ability to disable loot on death, disable experience loss, disable durability loss, all of that kind of stuff, and made the game not have glitches like this thing. I'm pretty sure this thing is a glitch. And not being able to get water probably as well. The water textures not functioning correctly at all of that kind of stuff. Perhaps in the future the game might be playable and might be worth $18, but right now currently the game is not worth even $1. I would not play this game. I would not recommend this game even for free. because it's just not enjoyable, it's obtuse, and it's quite unplayable currently. So, in addition to the moral reasons, which I've already highlighted at the beginning of the game, I simply cannot recommend this game because it is quite unplayable. If you're looking for a game like this, but actually fun, actually playable, actually worth $20 or whatever, then I would recommend ASKA. I have done a review on ASKA already a couple of months ago. I can recommend ASKA. I cannot recommend this game. I cannot recommend Valheim either. Valheim has too many issues. You can solve a lot of the issues in Valheim with mods. There are many, many mods in Valheim that make the game a much, much, much better. But that still doesn't mean that I can recommend Valheim. I can recommend mods on Valheim, but that still doesn't mean that I would recommend that you take $20 out of your pocket and give it to the Valheim developers. I can't even remember how much Valheim costs. Let me have a look here actually, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't just cost fucking $20. No, it's $20. Okay, I take that back. Yeah, I remember correctly, $20. I really would not recommend Valheim for $20. I would recommend ASKA. How much does ASKA cost? Let me have a look over here quickly. ASKA is $25. So I would recommend ASKA for $25. But I cannot recommend Valheim for $20, and I cannot recommend this game for $18. So yeah, we will see in the future, but currently I cannot recommend this game in the slightest. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. As always, if you want to support my reviews, if you want to allow me to purchase more games and do more reviews for you guys, then your support on patreon.com/LFP would be very much appreciated. It allows me to do more reviews for you guys. Thanks a lot for watching guys, and I will see you guys next time.